This episode is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 seller of games and gaming accessories. And GatheringMagic.com, the #1 resource for Magic the Gathering news and articles.
Hey, what's up guys? Big Nass here with another Return to Ravnica draft coming at you. Before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to all my subscribers. We recently hit 100 subscribers on my channel, so that's just awesome. Never expected to be getting this many people interested in my draft. So so if you've subscribed, thanks a lot, appreciate it, and hopefully we can do some awesome things in the future, and maybe we can hit 200 subscribers one day. We'll see. Alrighty, so first thing we do is look at the rare. In this case, it's a Detention Sphere, which I would normally just rare draft, but it's probably the best card in the pack anyway. So I think the only cards that kind of come close are like maybe Dragmangler, maybe Slum Reaper, but yeah, even then, I think the Detention Sphere is still better. So it's a nice like unconditional removal spell. There's not a whole lot of enchantment removal that gets played, so I'm happy to take it here. And I actually, like, unlike a normal rare draft, I'm actually intending on playing this, unless of course the my neighbor to the right of me has other ideas. So it's usually better to just go with the flow than try to force a deck. Yeah, like, I rarely force decks. I only ever do it if, like, a deck is very underdrafted, or if a deck, like, nobody knows about, or if it's just, like, the best deck and it doesn't actually matter how many people are drafting it. Oh my god! What? I just got past Rakdos' return! This card's worth, like, 8 ticks! Alright, maybe he took a foil Rakdos' return, we'll never know. But wow, that's insane. We're just like, it's just Value Town all over here. Definitely gonna take the Rakdos' return. Might play it, just because like it's a pretty good card in limited. Like Mind Shatter was already a pretty good card, but like getting to ding them as well is pretty valuable. So all right, let's just keep the rares going here. And I guess we'll have to decide between these two guilds at some points, and it's entirely possible we end up drafting none of those colors. But this new Prov Guild Mage definitely sways me towards Azorius. It's a little on the slow side. I definitely won't deny that. But once you hit 5 mana and you can actually start controlling their board, it's pretty good. Definitely better than the rest of the cards in this pack, so yeah, I'm happy to take the new Prov Guild Mage. And Azorius is not really a guild that I draft all that often, so I'm always happy to try it out. Alright, so in this pack, Thrill Kill Assassin is the best card, but it doesn't really go well with Azorius just because there's just no guild with it. So, I mean, I could draft like only the mono black cards, but yeah, I don't know about that. And Azorius Keyrune is still fine, so don't really need the mana fixing, but having like a 2/2 flyer is it's not nothing. So it's not the most exciting fourth pick, but I'll take it. I like it. I definitely like it more than Concordia Pegasus. Rakdos Ragemut. Yeah, that's not enough to that's definitely not enough to get me off of the Azorius train here. So our only real choices here are Keening Apparition or Vassal Soul. I definitely like Vassal Soul more. Like Keening Apparition is just a bear, whereas it's always good to have flyers. Although, like, I mean, they're both playable, but I think Vassal Soul is a little bit better. Later on in the draft, I might consider taking the 2-drop just for curve reasons, but at this early stage, I should just take the better card. I'm just waiting for our next pick here. Alrighty. Ethereal Armor. Man, every time I play with and against that card, I think more and more of it. I think I'm going to go with the Inaction Injunction here. Just because Azorius decks tend to work very well with the more detain effects you have. Like, again, Keening Apparition is not... It's fine, it's playable, but it's not, like, that exciting. And like I think I like Inaction Injunction a little bit more than Inspiration, just because I mean they both draw you cards. I mean Inaction Injunction just cycles, but it actually affects the board, whereas Inspiration doesn't. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go with the Injunction here. I'm just gonna hide this Rakdos' return since we've more or less committed to blue white here. I'm eating my dinner at the same time here, so you guys might catch a few mouthfuls. Yeah, definitely gonna take Avenging Arrow here. Like, just it's not a great removal spell, but it's definitely good enough. It's good enough in most cases, and especially with Azorius. Like, Azorius decks tend to be racing, and if you're gonna take the damage anyway, you might as well kill the creature. So, yeah, let's go ahead and take it. Alrighty. Well, no playable cards in blue or white. Could take a Rites of Reaping, but I mean that would be a double slash, so it's not really where I want to be. None of these cards are particularly exciting, so I'm just gonna rare draft here. Like none of those cards would have made my deck. Like even if I was gonna splash, I still wouldn't play any of those cards. Sun Reaper came all the way around, huh? Well, this is the best card in the pack, but there's zero chance we're playing it, so I think I'd rather just take a card that actually does something against me. So yeah, I'll take the Aerial Predation. Tell the person to my left that I am not drafting black. You can have this card. You just stay out of my blue and white. So I got a PTQ in my city here. I use the term city loosely, but I got a PTQ that's a 15-minute drive away. Coming up in a couple of weeks, so I would like to win it. It would be nice. I think I'm gonna take the Deviant Glee here, since I can actually go to Montreal if I win. So I'm actually gonna make an effort to try to do well. So didn't actually get all that many playables out of that pack. Got a grand total of 6, but hopefully pack 2 works out a little bit better. And certainly did. Righteous Authority is it's probably better in sealed than draft, but it's still pretty good. Like if you get to untap with Righteous Authority, like we're already at parity. It's a card I like a lot. There's some cards in here that I wouldn't mind tabling, like either Void Wielder or Fairy Imposter, but I'll just take another rare. Ooh, Martial Law, how you do? And Azorius Arrestor. Yeah, I like Martial Law a lot, actually. Like, if you're really far behind it, it's not that great, but just having it's basically like an arrest that you can move on your upkeep if you want. So that's definitely worth 4 mana. It sucks that we're passing like Azorius Arrestor and Azorius Charm, but like whatever, not much I can do about it. So I have more rares than commons in my deck. No, I think I have the same amount. I have 3 versus 3. I like that distribution so far. Alrighty. Teleportal, it's... I don't think this is the right deck for it, although it is a very good card. I think I'm just going to take the Void Wielder here. It's a good man. Like 4 toughness is quite valuable, since a lot of things attack for 3, and just being able to bounce a guy, like, it's not the most aggressive thing in the world, but it certainly helps with the win in the air plan. So yeah, there's nothing else in this pack I'd even really consider over it. So alrighty, Cryptborn Horror. I had that in my last draft deck, but unfortunately never drew it, so I did not get to see how good it was. And unfortunately, that draft, the reason you're not watching that draft right now is we got massacred in 2 games and lost very quickly. So yeah, that was not fun. I guess we can take some filler, some curve filler here. Jeez, that's a late Augur Spree. I don't know if I want Swift Justice or Runewing more. I'm too short on creatures to not take the Runewing, so I don't think I want to splash red for Thought Flare, although Thought Flare is pretty darn good. I'd rather just stay 2 colors. Ooh, Bloodfray Giant. That guy's a big game. I'm very tempted to take this Sunring Growth, since I can't actually beat that card. I mean, it kills Detention Sphere and Martial Law, and Righteous Authority. But I'm probably better off taking the Dispel. Dispel is quite playable. And Mizium Sking is like a Dispel, but actually most of the things I want to protect in this deck are non-creatures. So, and Runewing is still good. So, yeah, like I could take another rare here, but I need to actually start taking cards from my deck. All right. Well, between Crosstown Courier and Keening Apparition definitely has the more relevant ability, and it's got the bigger body, so that's not really it's not really a tough decision. All right. Well, this is our pack that we opened, if I'm not mistaken. Blister Coil Weird, not playable in my opinion. I guess we're just taking another Sentry. Just play them as Warpath Ghouls, since I'm not polluting my deck with green manas. Where are the detained creatures? That's what I need. I passed in his Voice Arrestor, but I mean, come on, I took Martial Law. These cards are all pretty bad. Guess I'll take an Essence Backlash. I don't want to lose to it. Alright, bunch of cards we can't play. I guess we'll take, yeah, that's probably the most threatening card here. I have a sense that I'm in the wrong colors, because we're really not getting enough playables. Like, I normally have probably 4 or 5 more playables by this point. Street Sweeper. Or cancel. Maybe I am in the right colors and just been really dry. I need creatures, so we're taking we're taking the Street Sweeper. Really? Last pick Racketeer? He sweeps both sides of the street. It's such a good flavor card. Alright, we probably need more creatures at this point. I mean, well, we definitely need more creatures at this point. Just gotta figure out what's going on here. Well, this pack is pretty close to a miss. Like, I could take Acoustide, which is really not exciting. It's playable, but it's not good. I think we're taking a second inaction injunction. Like, Mizium Skin and Dispel are fairly close in what they do. Could also take Concordia Pegasus, but that's another card I'm really not thrilled with. Like, whatever card I take here is not a card I'm excited to first pick, let's put it that way. Yeah, I'm going to take the Inaction Injunction. Ooh, Skyline Predator. That's where we want to be. Teleportal and Goblin Rally, that's a good combo. Yeah, Skyline Predator is definitely the best option here, so slam it down. Alrighty. Well, it's another near miss. Do I want a Cellar of Songbirds? I guess. Like, I can't be passing playable creatures when there's nothing else. Like, it's Cellar of Songbirds or Mizium Skin. I can't be taking cards like Mizium Skin when there's a playable creature in the pack, when I'm this short on creatures. So, yeah, it has to be the Cellar of Songbirds. It's not a card I'm overly thrilled with, but a card I am overly thrilled with is the Skymark Rock, because that's a pretty good reason to be in Azorius. It's probably one of the better uncommons in the set. I'm still not seeing any Detain guys. Sealer's Secrets is another card I would like to see come back, or see at some point, but I can't not take the Skymark Rock here. Okie dokie. I could take a third Rune Wing, or I could take a second Avenging Arrow. Yeah, I mean, like, I realize I am short on creatures, but I can't really be passing up, like, removal spells. Like, it's not like Azorius has that many options for, like, actual removal. Most of the removal is just, like, bounce or detain. So, I mean, I only have Avenging Arrow and a Detention Sphere so far, and, yeah, I feel like this is the right pick, even despite the fact that we only have 12 creatures. Alright, yeah, I guess we can pick up a second Cellar of Songbirds. And one more playable, and we have a deck. I mean, it's pretty easy to build when you just take all your playables and you're done. I mean, this deck is definitely missing a lot of the key Azorius cards, like Liev Sky Knight, or basically any creature that says Detain when it comes into play. Like, I just haven't seen any of them. Like, I haven't even seen like the 3-mana 2/3 flyer. So, I don't know, like, I'm probably getting cut. I'm probably getting cut on both sides, too, which is really annoying. But, I don't know. Maybe, ooh. Finally, ask and he shall receive. I think I have to take this Justice Jar. Like, Tristani's Judgment is good and all, but, I mean, by taking those other removal spells, I can now allow myself to take a card like this. So, like, if I had no removal spells, then I'd be forced to take the Tristani's Judgment. But, yeah, like, This is what I need. I have to win the game somehow, and this definitely helps with that. Like, I have a couple 3-2s out, and I can start detaining stuff. So, yeah, I'm gonna take the Justiciar. Ooh, actually, I have 3 options here. There's Syncopate, Dramatic Rescue, and Azorius Key Rune. I don't think I want 2 Key Runes. And Dramatic Rescue is actually a pretty good trick, and it's one that people rarely play around just because there's really it's really the only bounce spell in this format that's not like a rare or anything. So maybe people play around and maybe they don't, but I feel like people build their decks in such a way that they're not worried about pump spells, or sorry, about bounce spells. Okay, so I could take an Acoustede here. I can actually start making cuts now if I want. So I probably won't have to play this Acoustede. I really don't want to have to play it. Yeah. Alright, I decided. I'm not playing Acoustede, so I'm going to rare draft. Just, wow! Both of these cards are still in the pack. Like, don't people realize Teleportal's good? I guess it's like, it fits in a very, like, narrow range of decks, but, I mean, there's been many times where I've considered first picking it. But I'm certainly not going to let someone beat me with it, so let's get that out of here. And certainly not passing a Dynacharge after someone's long range getting getting a Goblin Rally. These cards are basically all unplayable. I don't want to lose this one. I don't want to random... Oh, there's another Acoustede. Maybe I lied. Maybe we'll play it. We'll see. Alright, well this is... I'll be honest, I'm not overly thrilled with this deck. This is not... I mean, I have some good cards, but I'm missing a lot of the normal commons for an Azorius deck. So I'm going to cobble a deck together, and I'll come back in just a sec. Alright, welcome back. So this is what we're going to be battling with. So like I said before, I'm not super excited by this deck. Like, it's just... my creatures all suck. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Like, I have a couple good creatures, like New Prava Guild Mage and Skyline Predator, but the rest of it is, and like Skymark Rock, but the rest of it is pretty much just filler. So I kind of have to like rely on my spells to get there, and it's not like my spells like really win the game for me either. So I don't know. It's like I have some good cards, but I feel like the good cards that I have are more support cards, and I like kind of like a backbone for the deck. So. I don't know. I'm not that optimistic I can win the draft, but you know, I've definitely won drafts with worse decks, so you never know. The last cut I made was the Stellar Songbirds. I was trying to decide if I wanted to play 2 Stellars in 1 Sentry or 2 Sentries in 1 Stellar, and I feel like Sentry is probably better in this deck. So like I don't have anything that populates, so that makes the Stellar Songbirds a little bit less attractive. But I don't know, hopefully we can get there, and we will see you guys in round 1. Peace.